Well, hello there, and welcome to Annie's Sweet Tea and Biscuits. Annie and Peanut here. Come on in, and don't you dare scrape that chair against my floor. Sit down. I've been watching the way the world's been spinning lately, and it's looking more and more like a top that's lost its balance. You know why? Because people have started thinking that just because something is new, it's better, and just because someone is old, they're finished. That is a lie straight from the pit, and it's a heavy dose of vanity that's going to lead you right off a cliff. You see this kitchen? Every recipe I use, every board in this floor, and every drop of wisdom I'm feeding you came from someone who walked this path before I did. But you young folks, and some of you not so young folks who ought to know better, act like you invented the sun. You roll your eyes when a senior starts to speak, or you huff and puff because they don't move as fast as your little gadgets. You treat your elders like an old coat you've outgrown, forgetting that they're the ones who wove the fabric of the life you're enjoying right now. The law don't care about your modern perspective. It says to honor those who came before you. It's the only command that comes with a promise of a long life, and yet you're out here shortening your own soul by being disrespectful. You think you're smart because you can swipe a screen? A tree that decides it don't need its roots anymore is just a log waiting to rot. You're flailing around with no foundation because you won't sit still long enough to listen to the people who have already survived the storms you're just now starting to see on the horizon. Around here, we don't do hogwash, and we don't do arrogance. If someone has more gray hair than you, they've got more miles, more scars, and a whole lot more truth tucked away than you could ever dream of. You owe them your attention, you owe them your help, and you owe them a level of buckled-down respect that doesn't depend on whether you agree with them or not. It ain't about them being perfect. It's about the position they hold. You're standing on their shoulders, and the least you can do is stop kicking them while you're up there. So here is your lesson for today. I want you to look at how you treat the old-timers in your life. Do you ignore them? Do you talk over them? Do you act like their stories are a burden? If you do, you're living in a crooked line. Go find someone who's seen a few more decades than you, and instead of spouting off your opinions, you open your ears and you hush your mouth. Ask them a question and then wait for the answer. You might just find out that the old way is the only way to keep from falling apart. Now, finish your tea and go call your mama or your granddaddy, and don't you dare have an attitude when they pick up the phone. The truth has deep roots, and it's time you started respecting them. Drink your tea, eat your biscuit, and prepare yourself, because the truth is coming to visit, and she don't knock twice. Remember, you are loved, you are whole, you are alive. I love you. And we'll talk to y'all later. Go make someone smile.